Welcome to this coverage of varsity baseball here at Lake Central High School. Today we have the Michigan City Wolves coming to Lake Central to take on the Lake Central Indians. Sorry for the late start, ladies and gentlemen. We got two outs here in the top of the first inning. Zach Dobis on the mound for Lake Central, Lake Central's ace pitcher. And today I have Jared Carroll here by my side. Jared, it's windy out once again.
It's windy, and because of that, it's getting a little bit colder. Yeah. So I also know our tennis team is playing over there tonight against Valpo.
That one's low for ball three. And what a start would be here for Lake Central to go 1, 2, 3. And the count is now full at 3-2.
You know, last baseball game I was here for the stream on, we ended up having a little bit of a longer one.
That's strike three, and 1, 2, 3 for Lake Central.
Got a little looser on those pitches, it seemed like, with all the balls, but was able to rein it right back in.
I'd say that's a good start for the Indians.
It is. Kept them off base, and no one even touched the ball with their bat. I can't tell, Giovanni, but it looks like there's another game. Is that the freshman or JV over there playing?
I believe it's JV on the other side.
It would make sense that it's JV because I think usually the JV varsity play on the same nights, and then freshman isn't the other night.
I remember the first time I came to cover baseball, I thought JV played before varsity. That was a mistake.
Oh, like the
I thought JV
and
played
all
on
those
this
other
field. And then varsity played. I was wrong. And now I realize why, because this field does not have lights, and we'd probably be here all night.
Yeah. I think it's the thing would have to be like Munster. They had to get permission from the homes behind, and if I was a homeowner back there, I would not want the lights blasting in during my wonderful time trying to go to bed.
I would hope that LC could get some lights soon. Obviously, the people over here are probably the main concern with the lights, but it would be nice to see that.
Yeah, I think
to see a night game here at Lake Central.
It'd be nice, and they could also play more sectionals and all that for baseball, because I think they have to be held at Munster or.
Yeah. But it is interesting because for softball, sectionals are going to be here for Lake Central, and it's during the week. So it's during school week, and they have to try to get 2 games in. It's hard to get 1 in sometimes. Imagine trying to get 2 in. By then, the sun will probably be going down a little bit later.
I didn't realize that. I was seeing stuff like that they were going to, at least thought it was a rumor that they're going to hold them here, and I always thought since there's no lights that it was just a rumor, but I didn't realize they actually were holding the sectionals here for softball.
Yes, they are. Softball team, number 1 team in this in Class 4A. And I do believe right now the announcer did say Hunter Zahorski is coming to bat. That's not Hunter Zahorski. That is Nolan Zahorski. I think he has him mixed up for his brother who graduated from here last year.
I heard that. I did not realize he graduated. I thought he was still here I thought he was in our class.
No. He's in the class of 2020 with me.
Well, I was saying for Hunter. I thought he was in.
No. That one's hit towards the shortstop, and that is out number 1. And it's Jerry Edwards, sophomore, playing center field for Lake Central.
So far, it seems like a young team coming out with 2 sophomores. Or a sophomore and a junior, but a little bit of a younger team.
Yes, Jerry Edwards playing center field today. That's usually Evan Hand playing there today. Maybe wanted to give him the day off, give Jerry Edwards some experience. count is 2-0. Lineup today for Lake Central, Jerry Edwards, of course, right now. Jared Bayes is up next. He's at shortstop. As usual, Ian Lukowski, designated hitter. At the 5 spot, Sean Sullivan, out at left field. And then Ernst Zazowski playing first base, batting 6th. Ethan Knopf playing right field. Got Doug Loden at third base. And Reese Tofu playing shortstop. This lineup has changed drastically for Lake Central as time has gone. Jake Dystra was usually at the 9th spot. I don't see him there today. The order has also changed a lot. Evan Hand was leading off at the beginning of the year. Now it seems like Zahorsky is kind of settled into that role. And Jerry Edwards walks. And don't be shocked here if he maybe tries to steal a base, especially with Jared Bayes coming up. And he goes to second. It's going to be close. He's out. Yes, he is. Didn't look like Jerry Edwards got a very good lead on that, or excuse me, got a very good jump on that one. Lake Central tried to get aggressive there. Comes back to bite him. There's ball 2. And that one came right in front of us. I think if that one was a little bit higher, it would have definitely gotten the camera and little kid in front of us able to get that one. And that one's hit towards center field. And that's out number 3. I cannot wait to look back at that one tonight. Jared, did you see that one that came right towards us? Or hear it? You were down. You were down.
Yeah, I stepped down for a second, and I heard that. We thought it hit up here. We thought it was about to come rolling into the downstairs by the computer. We didn't realize it hit the wall right under us.
Yes. You know, I do have to say this. It's kind of amazing sometimes how the players out here and players in the major leagues, there's balls like that hit at them all the time, and they catch them like it's nothing. Yeah. Right now, I was backing up. I did not want to get hit by that ball.
Well, there was the ambulance that came by a little bit ago. We could have flagged them down again.
We do have our 2 new people up here. I do have to say that is the closest it's ever come to us.
Yeah, it usually goes over our heads onto the football field. This one actually.
Yeah, I do think that if it was a little bit higher, that was going to have a shot at hitting the camera or one of the 3 of us. Or, yes, 3 of us that were up here at the time. As it's Zach Dobis on the hill for Lake Central, gets a strike. And swing and a miss at that one.
He swung hard. He was trying to get that, but just missed.
That's going right towards the football field. It gets into the Lake Central end zone.
Something our football team could not do often this year.
And that's right towards the third base coach. And we do apologize if you hear a lot of wind. Can't really do much about that.
Looks like he set him up for a full count there, Giovanni.
2-2 pitch, and that's swung on and missed. He's going to throw to first. He's out. And speaking of Harzazowski, he started the season playing JV, and he's worked his way up starting at first base. We saw Sean Sullivan starting. We saw Jake Martin starting at first base. Now it's Zazowski.
Still no hits for Lake Central so far. Or any team, actually. No hits at all.
Lake Central not really known for, or this year, not really running the score up on people. You know, we saw against Maryville, they had that one big inning, and not really much going offensively outside of that. I believe they only had 5 or 6 hits.
I was talking with Ian Monday, and I didn't one of the games they got up to, he was saying they got up to like 10 runs.
That's hurts towards Tofu, and he's out.
That's going
into right field, and looks like Sullivan's going to call it. He makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 inning for the Indians. And I apologize, that was Ethan Numph on the catch.
So I feel like today, since it seems like a more, I think with the younger players, I'm trying to think where I'm going at with this. The younger players, I feel like it's going to be a more even set game. Getting the few younger players in to balance it out, so there's not. I'm not trying to say if it was all the seniors and all the juniors, it'd be a easy win. I'm just trying to say that I think it's putting it more of a challenge for Lake Central, making the players actually focus. When are the JV games going? I cannot see the score from down here.
I don't believe they use the scoreboard down there.
They do not? Wow, then I just thought I was blind.
No. Maybe we're both our vision isn't great, but well,
I could see Chicago back there, but no lights on the scoreboard, so you're probably right, Giovanni.
It's Ian Lukowski for Lake Central. That one's inside for ball 1. It's popped into the shortstop, and he makes the catch. Out, number 2.
Ian,
out, number 1.
Ian and I were in World Lit together this semester, and he's been talking about baseball this whole semester, getting ready for this, so I feel like Ian's definitely putting in his effort as most as he can every game.
I'm sure he's been excited. This team has some high expectations going into the year. They were ranked top 5 in the 4A poll. And so far, and that one's hit into right past the third baseman, and Sullivan is on base.
What is Lake Central currently ranked, Giovanni?
I have not looked at the latest poll, and not to be harsh, but I do not think they're in it anymore.
You don't think they're just in the top 5, or do you think?
I do not think they are in the latest poll in the top 10. I would have to check right now.
I was looking at some other polls around, and
Sullivan tries to steal second. I think he's out. He is.
But looking at some of the other polls, they haven't put them in the top 10 either for Lake Central for the area.
Because even the Times now ranks Lake Central at 5th, below Griffith, Crown Point, Valpo, and Andrean. Andrean and Griffith, I believe, are not in 4A. I know Valpo and Crown Point are, though. But for LC this year, they play some games against some tough teams like Penn, Crown Point, obviously, who's in their conference. These games are all preparing them for the postseason because LC's not looking to just win sectionals this year. This program does have high expectations. They expect to at least win a game at regionals. They've lost in the regional semifinal 2 straight years. And they've had some very good teams. And this year, I think they have another solid team.
I do believe I saw that they're playing Munster for the first round of sectionals, which is always a big rivalry match between LC and Munster.
Yes. It's going to be at Munster. It's not an easy first game. By any means, that one's hit into left field, and it is caught.
We got, Hank Central got some men on base there. Just wasn't able to get them in the scoring position. I do believe it's also Highland and East Chicago Central playing in the tournament.
I will check that. Yes, Highland East Chicago playing in the semifinal. So whoever wins that game gets the sectional championship, and then it's Lowell and Hammond Morton. And the other final, the winner of the Lake Central Munster game would play Lowell or Hammond Morton.
Right now, Highland and East Chicago Central, they're getting the easy ticket to the semifinals, so that just means they got to play competitively in the semifinals and the finals because the teams they're going up against in that finals have worked their way there for a few more games, causing them to really want that win since they probably have taken on at least 2 wins, and they want that third for the sectional championship.
Lake Central baseball not really as fortunate, I should say, as Lake Central softball in the sectional drawing. The sectional drawing is not very forgiving. I believe I want to say it's LC Lowell in the first game.
Well, Lake Central softball is ranked number 1 in the 4A state, so I feel like they're going to have an easy road through sectionals.
Well, I would say that, but Crown Point, they just beat Crown Point yesterday, 1-0. They've beaten Crown Point twice this year. It's hard to be a team once. It's hard to be a team twice. It is hard to be a team a third time in the postseason. I believe it is here again. So if they are fortunate enough to meet in the final, it's going to be a great game. Swung on and missed.
It's also a busy day at Lake Central besides the JV baseball game, the varsity baseball game, and the tennis match going on for the girls. We also have the voting. One of the voting places is here.
I did not know that. And I was wrong about the Lake Central drawing. I completely blanked on this. They got a bye. That's very fortunate, especially at home.
Who are they playing in the bye?
Well, they got a bye, and they played the winner of Lowell, Hammond, Morton. That's where I got Lowell from. And then the bottom half, they got East Chicago, Munster, Crown Point, Kankakee Valley. So looks like if LC is going to play Crown Point, because I think Lowell's not an easy game, I think Lowell would most likely beat Morton Lowell is not an easy game at all. But if they're fortunate enough to get to the championship, I think it's Crown Point that they're going to have to face, and that's not easy. And getting to the state championship 2 years in a row, that's very difficult. And kudos to Jeff Sherman for doing it last year. See if he can do it this year. Have another fantastic coaching job. It says out number 2, and a swing and a miss.
See, I didn't know if it was like the baseball team where they got a bye and then they had a straight semifinal match against another team, or I didn't realize that there was a little bit of an odd number in the softball.
Yes, it's always interesting with pitching too, because obviously you would love to play your ace for every game. That one's hit right towards Zach Dobis, and still no one has gotten a single hit off of Zach Dobis through 3 innings.
Lake Central is coming up to bat, and they got a hit last inning. Let's see if they can carry on and get a few more and potentially any runs on the board right now. You know, college softball, saw some updates from Oklahoma, and they just took the Big 12 championship undefeated in their whole season.
Jared, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I don't watch college softball. It's not that I have anything against it, but I don't watch college baseball either. To be honest, the only college sports I really avidly follow are college football and basketball.
I followed those two also during the regular seasons and the postseasons, but I also follow the baseball and softball for Oklahoma just because I'm a huge Oklahoma fan.
Yes, we know. Boomer. Boomer?
Yeah.
Sooner?
Yeah. I know you know Giovanni, just like giving those Sooners a little bit of a shout out. Looks like we have number 12. I don't have the roster in front of me. We have number 12 getting ready to bat, and then number 4 on deck.
Number 12 is Ethan Nampf, the right fielder.
I saw a car in my peripheral vision, and it really looked like mine, and I got confused for a second.
Ethan Nampf is how you say that, my bad.
Just had to check. Sorry, Giovanni. I turned around for a second just to check that my car is still there, because that is confusing me that there's one that looks exactly like mine right there.
Jared, I promise no one is going to take your car.
You know, you just gotta be careful sometimes. You may be in the middle of a high school parking lot.
Although, to be honest, I looked over there right now. I didn't see my car for a half second, and I almost freaked out. So maybe I should understand that a little bit more. That one, I think, was right off the end of the bat, but it's strike 1.
You just see the little bit of the clink right off it.
That one goes right past him for ball 2. It's Doug Loden on deck for Lake Central. That's hit towards left field. It looks like the left fielder's going to call it, and it's out number 1.
So, Giovanni, what do you think the infield, how it's a little bit, the stripes go through it, then the outfield, how it's full solid color? What do you think of that?
What do I think of that?
Yeah, because I feel it's a little weird seeing that it's a little bit off, like the stripes going through when the outfield is just plain. I feel like they should add something on the outfield to give it a little bit more.
I don't know exactly what you're trying to ask, but
I'm trying to think of what you think that it, because I feel it's a little weird having just the stripes here in the infield and then it's just plain back there. And I don't know what you thought about that.
That's just always how baseball fields have been. I don't know. I think that's better to ask the person who designed this field. I don't know who did, but it is a beautiful field. So is the softball field. The JV field is also nice. But here, the benefit of Lake Central playing on turf, they haven't really lost that many games. Uh, what I mean by lost is they haven't lost any games due to weather. Because the turf, obviously, the rain doesn't affect it as much.
That is true. I like dirt fields more if you're in an area where rain wasn't prevalent or the weather just wasn't as random as it is.
Yeah,
But I
we
would
live
like
in. Yeah, this is Northwest Indiana. We don't know what you're gonna get tomorrow. Is probably gonna be very nice out. I don't know. I'm just guessing because we're in Indiana. That one hit right towards first base. See if he's got a chance to beat it out, and he can't. That was a good play there by the first baseman of Michigan City.
it was. I did not know who was going to get that for a second. I thought Lake Central had a chance to make the base, but then it's also a great catch off the bounce off the ground.
And that is strike one. That one hit towards the gap in left field. That's going to get over his head. He's going to get to second base. See if he tries to turn. He will. Might have a close play at third. Here's the throw. Safe.
That is what Lake Central needed, I think. They needed someone to get just really a hit is what I was looking for. Someone to get a hit out here to
Reese Tofu, the shortstop. Big hit right there. Chance for Nolan Zahorsky.
But they are in a little bit of trouble for Lake Central with 2 outs. They gotta hope right here, and they don't have time for any risky maneuvers.
That one's high for ball one.
You know, it never happens in I was trying to think high school baseball. I don't think really often college either of stealing home.
You don't even see it in Major League Baseball.
Right, but I feel like it's
And that's
still
towards
a
center
chance.
field. There will be no need to steal home as Tofu scores. It is 1-0 Lake Central. Nolan Zahorsky driving them in.
Well, I was going to try to lead in to say is I wonder if Reese would ever try to steal home to get a risky maneuver that they didn't need, but would have been fun to see.
I forgot what movie this is, but as they say in dodgeball, it's a bold strategy. Let's see how it pays off. Update. It's not going to pay off. As here's Jerry Edwards for Lake Central. As they go to first, nothing going there.
You know, the winds are calm for a little bit, but they're starting to pick right back up.
That's how it goes here, and that is Noel Zahorsky's 10th RBI on the season. That one's high for ball one. It's Jared Bayes on deck for LC. And again, wouldn't surprise me here if maybe Zahorsky tries to steal second, but Lake Central has tried to steal bases twice today. It was Jerry Edwards the first time. Forget who it was the second time, and they were out both times. Second base, he's going to be safe. Not even going to throw it.
I think what happened was I think I saw the catcher. He was about to go, but he just couldn't get a good grip for a good throw. So he just said, "You know what? As long as it doesn't go for third, we're all good."
And we saw him steal third twice a few weeks ago. Not saying he'll try that here, but certainly wouldn't be anything new.
Right now, I feel as long as it's a good hit, there's definitely a chance for a score. So I don't think he needs to steal because really second and third base are scoring positions for baseball. Since if you're a good runner and a decent hit, you can.
Especially with someone like Zahorsky who just flies across the base pads. And right there, that's into left field. See if it goes foul, and it will.
It went foul, almost went out of the fence right there.
Ball gets away, and he's going to get to third base.
A little bit of a wild pitch or mess up on the catcher. What would you say, Giovanni? I don't know if you heard me there. What would you say? It seems like a little bit of a wild pitch or a bad catch.
I think that was not the best pitch, but I think the catcher maybe could have done a better job at trying to shield that one. And now, Lake Central with a man on third. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. This game's going a lot faster than a lot of the other games we've done. Not that we don't enjoy baseball, but it's cold.
It is. It is.
It's cold inside the building. It's cold here too. That's
colder
outside.
than what I would have wanted. We're at a full count here now, it looks like.
Hits that towards the shortstop. See if he can make the play. He is safe. Jerry Edwards able to beat out that throw, and it is 2-0 Lake Central.
That was real close, but I think that's what we were talking about. Speed definitely was needed, and he had the speed to get across.
I would definitely want to go back 10 seconds on that one. Jared, do you think he was safe?
I think he was. I think
he did beat it, yes.
I think it was just right there. I think right when, it was one then the other. I think it was foot for our runner and then the first baseman's foot. And
I would love to go back and maybe slow that down.
That would be great, but I don't think we have the resources up here, Giovanni.
I mean after the stream.
Oh,
go
yeah,
back and slow down the video.
I thought you were saying about right now. And I'm like, I don't think we have the resources because, first of all, we don't have another computer up here. Four hits so far for Lake Central.
It's a cloudy day here at LC. I think I checked the forecast. The rain is supposed to stay away from us.
Until at least 7 or 8 o'clock, I believe, is when it starts to have a chance. Let's just hope this game does not go that late.
Don't get your hopes up, Jared. And that one's inside.
Depending on what happens after this pitch, the pitcher might need to take a second and recenter himself so he knows where he's at.
And Bayes hit one towards us earlier, if you remember. That one's right.
Right on top of the announcer's box, that hit almost got stuck on their roof.
I would
But-
not want to be the person that has to go up there.
Well, it came right down, luckily. Plus, they do have the scissor lift, I believe, from marching band that they could just pull around and get right up. But maybe wait a day or two so it's not as cold.
Good idea.
It did come
Well,
down.
I wonder if the ball boy would still be responsible for going up there and getting it.
Most likely that would fall on somebody else, like the athletic director.
And that's going to go right towards the left fielder. That's out number 3. Damage is done, though, for Lake Central. They get 2 runs on the board. It is Lake Central 2. Michigan City, nothing. Nope. And from Michigan City, it is 0 runs, 0 hits, no errors. Lake Central, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors.
You know, if I was the coach for Michigan City right now, I'd be talking to the pitcher, not yelling at him, just saying, okay, what are you getting a little nervous out there and trying to figure out if he needs to sub out or if because of the cold's getting to him or if it's just he let up a couple runs and nerves started getting to him there. He did rein it in right at the end, though.
He was able to get out of the inning without that much damage. It's still feasible. There's still a lot of ball left.
Oh, I'm not saying this game's out of here at all. I think because we've seen worse games, and they still made it a close one at the end.
As we get set to start the top of the 4th inning, Dobis hasn't really had much today to worry about.
And then
No one's been able to hit off him.
the few that did get hit off the pitches, they did go, and the fielding right away scooped them up, and there was no problems.
That one's high for ball 1. Dobis' pitch is towards the shortstop. Tofu throws wild. See if he can get to second base. He's going to get to second.
Safe bet to stay at second, though, right now. And this is what Michigan City needed right now. They needed that.
Had a good throw there. Zazowski could not get his glove to that one.
I think the throw's a little bit off, and then just he was worried about trying to go for the catch and not hitting into the runner, because I think it'd be better getting the error than injuring one of their players on accident, because you don't want to have stepped out too far to catch it, and then one of them, because you know that's a quick way for an injury.
And it would be huge for Lake Central if Dobis could maybe go 6 innings today. Still's got to get through this one. That one's hit towards Jared Bayes. Routine play at second base, but the runner advances to third base. And the Wolverines maybe have a chance to get a run on the board here.
They do. I think right now they got to watch that lead runner. They did go for, I feel like, the easier out, but to me, at least, I would have wanted to go for the risk and going for that lead runner to guarantee that we get out the person who's now in scoring position.
That's ball 1. There's a strike by Zach Dobis. is hit right towards Dobus, and the runner's going to stay at third.
He was looking for it, and once it bounced off or out of Dobus's glove, he thought about it even more, but he decided to wait, and right now he probably just waiting for that good hit out into the outfield.
Well, now there's 2 outs, so he's going to run no matter what. That's hit right over our heads. That is
About the 33-yard line.
Yep. Ball flies when it gets over here.
It does. It always looks like it's going to end a lot shorter, and it just keeps on going.
My goal before my work is done here at Lake Central Media is to at least catch 1 ball. That's my ultimate goal.
Better start bringing your mitt then.
Oh, okay, I'm not going to go that far. And that's strike 3. Zach Dobus able to pitch his way out of it. Michigan State leaves a man on third. And Dobus now has gone through 4 innings. Still has not given up a hit. Only reason that runner was on base was because of the error by Reese Tofu, but Dobus pitched his way out of it.
You know, I think that it's definitely going. Michigan City's fighting their way back, especially after losing 2 runs. They definitely went and tried to get their way back up into the. You got at least 1 run on there. Just, I think their man on third definitely made the right call of staying because he didn't know for sure if he was going to throw it to the man on first or go for to keep it at, like get ready to throw it for home. But if he did know that he was just throwing it from man on first, it would have been a lot better just to have him. He could have definitely scored, but he also did then wait for the good hit that never came. But hopefully one will come soon for them so they can make this game a little bit closer. Because they traveled all this way out here, and hopefully they can at least have a close game for coming all the way out to.
They did not come here to
St.
get
John.
embarrassed.
Right, that's why I'm saying. Hopefully they get a close game so they don't come out here and then they had nothing to show for it except the one error that almost led them to get a score. Looks like Ian's back up. Ian Lukowski.
That one's hit right above us. It's going to go right over.
Right onto those bleachers.
Always a great sound.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, Jared, I was thinking about backing up and dropping the headset and maybe trying to make a play.
You definitely, if you had the mitt and had a jersey on, you definitely could have made it at least look like you were part of the
Well, what
team.
does the jersey help me?
Well, the jersey would have made it look so they could have. I'm saying for Michigan City jersey, not Lake Central jersey. You could have made it get one of those far outs that the player looks like the player just ran all the way up here in that time.
Here comes Sean Sullivan. He got on base last time. Hit right into left field. That's a strike. That's hit towards third base side, but that's going to go foul.
sounded great, though, that if it would have stayed fair, it could have been at least another single for him.
Here's the pitch. That's up for ball 2. That one's tip foul.
I think it's better that he got the tip foul instead of losing that strike. If that did not make contact, that would have been a strikeout there, but he was able to recover it.
And that is called strike 3.
So Giovanni, well, I'm losing my words here. Do we use a DH in high school, or what do they do for?
Yes, Ian Lukowski is today's DH. And on the lineup, it's listed as Zach Dobis is 1. That means he's the pitcher. As Zavzowski gets out right there.
Looks like we're heading back up into the top of the 5th with Michigan City getting ready to go up to bat. So far, Zach Dobis has been able to hold on to the pitching and has been pitching very well, but we'll see how he does here. It is a real cold day up here in St. John. The game's been a good one, though, so it's been worth coming out here in the cold. There are a lot of, I don't know, doesn't look like just parents, but there are probably a few other people who enjoy a nice high school baseball game from the region that are out here enjoying it. They're wrapped up in blankets and everything warm that they can be, since every time we think that this winter is over, it comes right back. And knowing tomorrow will be probably 70s or 80s, because we are in northwest Indiana where the weather changes almost hourly.
It's going to be strike 1 there.
Hi, welcome. Giovanni, you sound a little different, definitely.
That one goes right out to left field, and easy catch there for Sean Sullivan of Lake Central. Jared, how do you feel LC can pull through with the win today after having a really good game from Zach Dobis?
Well, Josh, I think as long as they can keep a nice grounding here and keeping them from scoring, they'll do well. They don't have to go for the big hits. They don't have to get any big plays being made for them. All they have to do is, even if they get on base, keep them from scoring. Go for the lead runner, keep them from making huge hits getting out there that will just end up giving up runs.
It's a 1-2 count here for Lake Central with 1 out. Easy scoop up play to first, and a runner is out, second out of the inning.
We had one earlier that got real close and they called it safe. I agree it was safe, but it was just right there by the hair on their chin that got it called.
Gotta check our replay cameras. We should start providing that.
We should, but we need to get at least another monitor up here.
They can watch the stream later and find out.
They can, and I think at least Michigan City coach is having someone had someone recording that, and he's going to be watching to see if he lost that.
Jared, it's bowling or voting day here, not bowling.
Oh man, I thought we were.
Did you get out to the polls?
I forgot to register, so I probably could if I go to a poll right now and register. I don't know how that works.
There's one right here, right across the school. It's easy play there to first baseman Hunter Zazowski. That'll retire the side, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning here.
It was a quick 1, 2, 3.
Seems like how it's been. Had a bit of a late start here, not getting started until around 7:15, around there, a little bit earlier. Or
7:15.
5:15.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
5:15.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might mean 5:15.
Prom's definitely wore me out, Jared. I'm still recovering.
How'd you like prom?
It was very fun. Got off to a bit of a slow start with the, dance floor, but started to heat up, and definitely my favorite LC dance. I've officially went to my first LC dance this year with homecoming, my second LC dance with formal, and my third with prom. So junior year's been quite a year for me.
1, 2, 3 on that for you. You know, I heard there was a slow dance between you and Jack Thiel for.
There was. The hype man said we're gonna make it fun and switch partners, and I didn't go with the date at all, anyways. And I looked over, and there was Jack. So our eyes met. I could see the stars in his eyes, and I just knew it was destined to be at that point.
We got Ethan Don coming out here. No, for a quick second, I looked down there and I saw the 2 on the for the Indians right next to the 4 from the 3rd and 4th innings. And I for a second thought we had 20, and I'm like, that's not right.
I don't think our scoreboard can hold that, Jared.
I think at that point they would have called a run rule. If that, I think
Mercy
they had
rule.
that in mercy rule. Yeah, I think
believe
it's.
it
I think
is.
the technical term is run rule. It might be mercy rule. I think they would have called that by then.
I believe it's either 9 or 14 runs. I'm not too sure about high school.
I don't know about high school.
I know we definitely do have a mercy rule, though.
There definitely is. I know at least for college, and most likely if it's in college, they do it for high school.
That one goes right into the dirt there. As it's a ball 3. 3-1 count here.
It's the same pitcher that has been going for this whole game for Michigan City.
This has been a very quick game, too.
I might
like
actually
we were
have been
saying
mistaken.
earlier.
I might be mistaken. That might be a different pitcher. It looks like it's number 10, and I do not have the roster right now in front of me. So
That's a walk there. Runner on first for Lake Central. So tell me, Jared, how do you feel about this cold weather up here?
I was saying that earlier with Giovanni. It does definitely feel a little weird that we have bipolar weather, but it is that time of year. They did just do a change of runners. I believe that is. I can't remember the technical term. That is a pinch
runner.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I know there's pinch hitting, but is pinch runner the technical term? Thank you for that, Josh, for telling me what the term was.
Taking a little bit of time here, and Doug Loden is up to bat now. That's going to be a ball on the first pitch there. LC looking to build onto their lead. I'm not too sure if they need it or not, as we are here in the bottom of the 5th. As
Straight to first, and he's going for second. And it looks like he's safe there at second.
just a little bit of a hesitation there by the first baseman. If he did look like he was going to throw to second, then he stopped, ran back to first, then threw to second. A little off target too.
That happened earlier with our pitcher. I think that was actually at the top of this inning that he caught it and it bounced out for a second and he had to recatch it and he hesitated. It looks like almost if he wanted to throw from first or third. And also that runner from on third base hesitated, and if he didn't, he just ran for home. He most likely could have scored Michigan City's first run. But the hesitation was definitely trying to make sure that their lead runner in the top of this inning for Michigan City did not score.
And a little bit of a forgotten detail that we have not talked about. Michigan City's been on base through error, but they don't have a hit yet. Michigan City is getting no hit against right now.
That is true. All that looks like it's going to be no score.
That was close, but
Almost.
man gets in, and a man on second. Lake Central taking a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the fifth with only one out.
See, Michigan's doing the thing I like. They're going for the lead runner. They didn't just try to get the man on second and give up the run. They're going for the lead runner, which I think Lake Central needs to do a little bit more often. In the times I've seen it, they don't go for the lead runner, which...
Well, Jared, how'd that work out for Michigan City? Didn't get an out, and LC scored.
You know, I'll give you that, but they at least tried to do the thing I like.
That one is a ball on the first pitch of the at-bat here. Cannot quite see the number on the jersey. I believe that is Sean Sullivan.
Well, it is number 11 because they do have the numbers right there, Josh.
My bad. That is Jerry Edwards, and Edwards is safe at
he's
first,
safe
and
due
the
to
runner
that.
at second takes off to third now. Man at third and first after the first baseman dropped the throw there. Correction again. Jerry Edwards is now up to bat.
I thought Jerry Edwards number 11 as well, so I...
Very cold up here, and I don't have a roster because I don't want my hands to freeze off.
You know, I wonder how our tennis team is doing. There's a few people on the publication staff that are on tennis. I could probably message, but I don't want to message because they're either in the middle of a match or I don't want to take them out of focus. And
Have you ever been to a tennis match, Jared? Lake Central tennis match?
I have not been to Lake Central or any tennis match.
Sophomore year, I used to always bring my dog out to tennis matches. They have the mom and, tennis moms and dads out there. They're grilling. Really fun time. Chill atmosphere. Hot dogs are very good.
That looks like it was a stolen second base, so there's now a man on second and third base.
Unfortunately, it's just too cold to walk little old Roxy on down to the tennis matches.
It is. Also looking at the Major League Baseball. Oh, another walk it looks like, filling up the bases. This could be
loaded with one out, and Jared Bay is up to bat here.
But yeah, right now, looking at the Chicago White Sox score, it is 1-0 with bases loaded in the top of the fourth. So, me as a White Sox fan, I'm getting a little bit excited to see that the White Sox doing well today. Josh, you a White Sox or a Cubs fan?
I'm not sure.
You're a not sure fan.
Out of the Chicago teams, I would root for the White Sox. But I'm just kind of a fan of any baseball team that is home. If I'm at the game, I'm going to root for that team. Over the summer, I was an Oakland A's fan for a day. Because I was in Oakland.
What were you doing out in Oakland?
My friend moved out there. He used to live out here in the Chicagoland area, and he moved out to Sacramento. And we went to Oakland for the Crosstown Classic. That one drops there in right field. One runner scores. Bases still loaded with one out.
That is
4-0. LC on top. Error for Michigan City. And 6 hits for Lake Central.
I don't know if that necessarily was an error he got. I think the ball just got right next to him.
But did he make the catch?
He did not, but I think that was just a good hit. I don't know if that was necessarily an error. But
Scores said it's an error, so I'm saying it's an error.
I'm just saying my personal opinion. I'm not saying the scorer or anybody's wrong.
So Matt Fundich up to bat here as the umpire is looking through some papers, getting some paperwork done. Maybe he's looking at the ballots. Is he counting them? Who knows? Who won St. John Town Committee election?
I don't know.
Find out on the next episode of Lake Central live streams. As umpire has his mask on.
I do feel like
Catcher
that
is
was
set. Players are set. First pitch is a ball.
Yeah, I don't think that was the election ballots down there. I think he was probably looking at either a rule book or a scoring sheet to keep tallied up.
That's not fun to think of.
You know, it's not. Also, it's weird that the elections are going on at our school, and they're after a few concerns I know have been brought up to the school board throughout especially in the more recent months, due to the different school shootings and all that have happened, about trying to see about changing locations. So this way there is not a chance of anything, because it does open up at least one door that is being opened and closed constantly throughout the day with people that we do not know of. But it does also provide fun commentary like this of trying to know who the new St. John's.
Speaking of school boards, Jared, do we live stream the school boards?
We do on this very channel.
And who does that?
It is you and I who do it, Josh, as well with little Larry Vrocko, Kevin Hulechko, and newest member, Hannah Kaczynski.
As now Sean Sullivan is up to bat here, bases loaded, 1 out still, and first pitch is a ball.
It is
again.
Actually, it looks like someone else scored here that we didn't catch, of being 5-0, unless we did catch that, and I didn't know if there was a walk that automatically scored someone.
I believe there very well could have been.
Because we do have a new batter up and no new outs.
Bayes is on second, so I believe we did just completely miss a walk.
We're talking about the school board too much.
This game's been going by pretty quickly, Jared, and feels like this inning has lasted a lifetime.
It has, just because of so
I am
much.
cold.
And that's a deep hit going into center field. Going to be missed between both fielders out there.
Always
And
call
they're
it.
running the bases, going with a man now on first and third base with a few more runs there. How many would that be?
2 runs scored.
Thank you for
7
counting how many
nothing.
scored.
Lake Central on top here.
You know, speaking of, I said little Larry Vrocko. Speaking of Dr. Vrocko, he was at our great superintendent, he was at one of the swim meets trying to help raise money for one of the programs here. He was out there grilling, and it's just great knowing that our superintendent and all the other administrators are putting in time to help raise money for the school and the different activities that we do here.
And back to the exciting stuff with baseball. Michigan City is bringing the team in, looking to talk it out with the pitcher. Could see a pitching change here pretty soon, as they've given up 5 runs in the 5th inning. Could we see 6 in the 6th?
Wow, that is...
Lucky number 7, Jared.
I don't know. I think if they get to the 6th inning and there's that many runs scored, they might just call a little bit of mercy.
In
Give us a little
former game this year.
You know, they're definitely thinking about that pitching change, which could bring in good things for them, but it also means they have to have a nice warmed-up pitcher ready to go.
And here he comes.
Speak of the new pitcher.
He's ready. Sean Sullivan's ready, too, on first base.
He is.
Going to bring home another run.
We cleared out the bases, too, except for him, but he was the one who brought everybody in. So it's definitely worth him waiting there a little bit longer for them to get the next batter up, since now he could be the potentially 6th scorer this inning.
And his first practice pitch there goes into the turf.
Well, it bounced off the catcher's glove, but that just not good teamwork right now. But it's also him warming up. I think they probably didn't have him ready to go. And
You need good teamwork. Segue time. Speaking of teamwork, we'd like to give a shout out to our wonderful crew here. Elena Sarin, Jacob Kuchka, and Sam Fiera were here for a bit, as well as Giovanni Alcantar. I'm Josh Burnett. You're Jared Carroll. We also have 3 new members here in Alex, Simon, and Cade. We look forward to you guys hearing more from them and less from Jared next year.
wow, I see the appreciation here from Josh.
It's all out of love, Jared.
Hopefully I'll be on to bigger and better things but I do not know yet.
Any plans for college, Jared?
Going to Purdue Northwest to study journalism education, but hopefully commentating for a place I have an internship besides here and some other places, but I never know.
Do you plan to do any sports in college? Be a walk-on superstar, 7th round NFL draft pick? Jared Carroll, Mr. Irrelevant, pick 253.
No, I do not plan
by
to
the
be.
Denver Broncos.
I do not plan to be one of those. I do just plan on following the behind the scenes and the journalism back here, but yeah. One of our members, Elena Sarin, has been wrapped in a blanket right now and is enjoying the warmth from that, I think. Well,
Can't hate on someone for being smart, Jared.
I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying it's a little bit jealous that
22 Jake Martin with a dinger out to center field, and it's going to drop right into the glove of the center fielder. Second out of the inning.
I cannot see the arc going down there. I thought it was going to be all the way out for a home run. But
That was a great hit.
It was. I thought it was going to go at least further than what it did, but
Reminded me of my T-ball days. I would always hit dingers. Evan Hand now up to bat for Lake Central with
Seems
2
like
outs in the bottom of the 5th. As I believe he missed another run.
I do too. I am really confused.
8-0 Lake Central now as
and that closes up the inning. I do believe they changed up the people playing, so
I feel like Lake Central's definitely built a comfy enough lead to, not fully sit back and relax on the lawn chairs, but maybe they can go start doing some garden work instead on this fine, beautiful day. Hypothetically speaking, this is all hypothetical of it being a nice day.
I was talking to Giovanni. He couldn't catch what I was trying to say, but do you see how the infield here is with the lines going through it at the 2 different shades of green, and the outfield is the plain, just 1 shade of green?
Yes.
I'm still on this trying to say I feel like they should have either made the whole outfield the multi-shade, because I would have liked that. That seems like it would have been nice. Or trying to change into the infield being the same and just adding in a logo or something on there.
2 birds just flew in front of us. I thought it was a wild ball from the practice throws.
But actually, those were cardinals, our state bird.
They
I only
were
know that
brown.
because they're you can see a little bit of reddish tint on them, and the male cardinals are the red ones. I'm sorry, I just know about this because my uncle and my grandfather, when I was visiting with them, were telling me all about this.
Lake Central looking to close this game up here in the 6th inning. As Dobis is still in there for LC. Jacob Martin coming in at first. The infielders all come running in. Looking to come together and close this game out. Chris French, the relief pitcher for Michigan City, coming in.
Checking in on the major leagues right now, the White Sox it's the end of the fourth with a 1-0 lead for the White Sox, and the Cubs will be playing later today in Chicago, that town we can see or the city that we can see right there.
Hop, skip, and a jump away.
It really is. We can see, I don't know what tower you want to call it. You want to call it the Sears, the Willis. I think they changed
Over the river and through the woods to Rahm Emanuel's town we go.
Yeah, the Cubs are playing the Marlins, and the Sox are playing the Indians. Not our Lake Central Indians, the Cleveland Indians.
Swing and a miss there by the pitcher French, and he's down 1 out.
You know, with 2 more, and a few more runs, they could just be getting ready to call this game an inning early, because I believe it is 7 innings.
They do go 7 innings.
That's what I thought, but, you know, for some reason they could have been doing 8. Ooh, right into the net right there behind there. I feel like I think that's Mr. Winters commentating this game for
As
the
he
folks
always
here.
does.
Yeah. Well, you know, I didn't know if he was taking I don't know how he's been. I haven't seen him this whole year, but didn't know if he was there today or not. But was right there. If that net wasn't there, would have hit the glass right in front of him. Just like how the ball hit the wall right down below us.
And that's the lifesaver. I wonder if we've got a dent on our box.
Oh, there might be. There honestly could be the way that hit.
We can check after
that
the game.
thud. Oh, yeah, we will check. Won't be able to tell you guys until the next stream, but
You'll find out if we remember.
yeah, if we remember, that's always the thing.
What would you say the over-under on the percentage of us remembering it is? 20% chance that we remember to tell them. Over-under.
I'm
going
gonna say
under.
I was going to go under as well. I don't think, because I don't remember who's commentating this next game,
That
but if
ball
it's not
stays
us,
fair. Right down the first base line, and he's safe.
that was a real close one, but it was the other way around a few innings ago, so
Got to call it consistently the whole game. And
yeah, you can't say, oh, they had to play the exact same way that got them, that they were safe and they would have been out, because
2 outs on the inning as well.
and Michigan City got their first hit on the of the night, and then
Would have loved to see a no-hitter here.
it would have been great.
Not sure how man wound up at second in, I think it was the 4th inning. But
Well, it doesn't matter if he's an out, or not out. It was an error that he got onto base, and then it's really just if he goes from second to third to fourth, it doesn't count more hits. It just counts.
I don't speak baseball that fluently. Are you fluent in any other languages?
I am not. Are you?
I am not.
Wow. I think for at least speaking of language-wise, we're the 2 most boring ones here at Lake Central. They're
Hola, amigo.
El Amigo. That's a great place to eat. Give him a little bit of a random shout-out.
As 2 strikes, 1 ball, 2 outs here. And right off the catcher's face mask off the foul tip.
He didn't even flinch at that one.
Batter's going to stay alive. Catcher said, you know what? I'll take it.
Didn't even flinch, so if I was down there,
I could get some Twitter recognition from that. And the Lake Central Athletics golf cart just went around the gate on the back, and look at them fly. They're coming around the right corner. It's the Kentucky Derby all over again, and that's a dinger down into the middle of the infield.
And that is it for the outs. We're going to the bottom of the 6th.
Back to the Kentucky Derby.
You know, I
Golf
think
cart passing the 400 marker, approaching the flag, and
past the flag. He's ending up at the
380. He's
yeah,
gonna
the
do it. He's
380.
gonna do it. He's gonna finish. And
He's gonna make the left to go to the. Oh, he made the left to go to
he
the JV
finishes
game.
the race, but after further review, Maximum Security did not win. goes to the other horse that won the Kentucky Derby after
Oh,
replay. Don't know how you can replay a race, but
You record it, just like we're doing right now. They streamed it and they recorded, so they
but
just
Maximum Security had a very sizable lead.
not as much as Secretariat did, dude. If Secretariat was there, he would have won. Oh shit! Too bad Secretariat is no longer with us.
And I believe they are playing some Britney Spears here. I wish it was Toxic, but
I don't know if we have the rights to that song. I also don't know what song this is. That's probably why we have the rights to this one.
yep.
Oh, Baby Hit Me One More Time. So,
Baby, hit me one more time.
Josh, you're a great singer. Are you gonna go professional singer? Go
No,
the next Britney Spears?
no.
I wonder how tennis is doing with our.
Let's check the scoreboard. Oh, wait.
They don't have one, Josh. You know, we do have a few members on pub, as I said earlier, on there. So
Doug Loden up to bat here.
you'd think one of them would message us, so because they did talk to us saying they would want us to talk about tennis, but they can't say anything if they don't message us.
Loden's going to take that one down the middle. Strike one. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
It
8-0.
It
Lake
could be the end.
Central lead, Jared.
It could be the end if they get a few more runs. They could just say
That's a ball.
that's it. But
And I feel everyone up here in our booth feels the exact way when I say this. The quicker the game ends, the better.
exactly, nothing
Especially
against.
on a cold day
Yeah, nothing
like
against.
today.
Yeah, I was gonna say nothing against good region baseball, but you know,
We love high
sometimes
school baseball, but when it's cold,
it's cold.
I don't think anyone wants to be outside.
Nope.
So Michigan City's got a long bus ride back, and if they get shut out here,
It's not gonna
it's
be
not
a fun
going to be
ride.
a fun bus ride either.
It's a nice 2-2 count for them. You know, talking about region baseball, but a good region sport is wrestling. Not many people realize this, but wrestling is one of the better sports they have because we got a lot of great college and
I
few
believe
other-
freshman from Crown Point won state this year.
he did. I
Jesse
wasn't at,
Mendez, I believe his name is. I know I went to school with his sister back in middle school. Peyton.
you know, I don't. I
Wonderful
think
girl.
It sounds
Very
right.
caring.
I wasn't at state. Oh,
Dig
one
her up.
popping right up.
And drops into the third baseman's glove. That's first out of the inning.
You know, I wasn't at the state game, or the state matches for wrestling. I was at the semi-state with the other group I internship for, and that was a fun thing to watch. Actually, we actually met. I think it was the
Rey Mysterio.
no, Rey Mysterio was not there. That would have been great. No, he was an Olympic wrestler. I cannot think of his name right now. But I did get to meet him, and he actually was commentating for a few of the matches for us.
Do you see the helicopter over there flying on the horizon?
I am having trouble. Oh, no, I do. I looked the wrong direction. I was looking more towards.
It's a
I
bird,
think
it's a plane, it's Iron Man. Just kidding. It's an iron helicopter.
No, it's actually 2 balls right now with 0 strikes and 1 out. It's number 3 up to bat again. We don't have the roster up here, and I did not hear the name get called, so sorry.
Reese Tufo.
Oh,
Or
you know-
as Giovanni likes to call him, Reese Tofu.
Oh, 3 balls, no strikes. Definitely pulling the Midwestern out in me right now with all the opes.
Hit by the
Ooh.
pitch. Charge the mound, young fella. Or don't.
I don't think there's any mound charges in high school. I think if you do, you the person who did charge it is out of the game with a few more consequences from the coach, I would believe, since...
That happens in baseball, too.
Yeah, but it's a little bit more funner because they get away with it a little bit more because
They get paid.
Yeah. These guys are paying to play because this is how high school works.
As the wind really is quite the killer up here.
Yeah, right now it's...
Luckily, our press box is very nice and warm.
I don't understand how it's warm with no heater in there, Josh, but it somehow manages.
It blocks us from the wind as police officers pulling up, looking to catch the tail end of the game. He heard our exceptional live stream and
wanted to come see
either
the
coming
show
to
from
congratulate us or arrest us for doing a really bad job today, Jared.
Well, you only just jumped in. It's probably going to be me getting arrested for
Sounds
horrible
good to me.
commentary. Which he's probably already got Giovanni. That's probably what's going on. We have a 1-1 count with 1 out and a man on first. After getting hit by the pitch, he just went right to first base and is getting ready to possibly steal second. And he's taken second with a wild pitch there.
That's another wonky pitch there. Tufo. Sorry. I was thinking about Giovanni.
What are you thinking about over
on
there?
a second.
2 balls, 1 strike now. Now, all these birds just keep flying right by us.
Don't believe we've had a Colm Tomaszewski 2-2-2 moment.
No, we don't got one yet. We got a 2-1-1.
Speaking of the Tomaszewski lineage, Cade Tomaszewski is here tonight.
Oh, deep hit right now, going into the center field, and it's caught. Looks like that was the shortstop, I believe.
Cade is currently running our computer software, doing all the graphics that you see on screen, being taught by our very own Elena Sarin.
Right now we're at a 0-0 count. 0-2, not 007. We don't have James Bond yet. Don't think we can ever get James Bond.
So we've got speaking of next year, with our new live stream lineup, we've got a star-studded lineup. Me and Giovanni are going to be returning. We are training some of the youngins today, and we have some returning members in Elena Sarin and also Kennedy Carnegie, who was here for first semester as Tufo takes third again.
With another wild pitch, bringing him there. I think right now it's just nerves because, you know, if you give up just a few more runs right now, this game's over, and you don't want to see this shutout right now as Michigan City. You know,
Can't score when you're on defense.
right now...
At least not in baseball.
No. Right now, the St. John police officer right there has the best idea. Sitting in a nice warm car, watching the game.
Watch
with his
out for
window
fouls.
down. Well,
Don't want to take out that light bar.
we'll just see it in the auto shop essentially with the repairs.
It'll be there for a couple months.
No,
Like
they
to
actually-
take their time.
No, they've been doing real well.
Ah.
My friend had his truck in there and they pushed it out. Had a lot of repairs and took a couple weeks, but
Well, in that case, big thank you to our auto kids for keeping the automotives of St. John, Cherville, and Dyer area safe. That's full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th.
we missed the 2-2-2 from Colm Tomaszewski.
And that ball goes foul onto the courtyard, and it's going to make it all the way down to the ramp onto the football field.
It's just rolling down there.
Did not clear the fence to get onto the track, though.
It's trying to become at this time of year, it'd probably be a track star he's trying to become. He's just trying to roll his way down.
And
another
another player
hit.
hit by the pitch.
Oh, right now, if I was the coach for Michigan City, I'd bring it in, see if there's anybody else we could swap in. Because even if you're trying to end this game strong, you don't want to end it right now, unless that's their plan. But that's not a good plan. Jared Bay is up to bat. Let's see if he can get a good deep hit, bringing in at least one of these two.
Straight down the middle, strike 1 as the officer is driving away.
He's
had
definitely
enough.
tuned in and heard us call him out, and he's done. I don't know who that was.
Strike two.
Oh, if we get 2 balls here, we're going to have a 2-2-2 with 2 men on base, and even higher rank than Colton Tomaszewski's 2-2-2. Oh,
Oh.
I see a car right there behind the football field. Looks like they're trying to drive out, but there's a gate blocking them, so.
Speaking of the gate, the yellow lock gate, open all day today. Oh, baby, you best believe I was happy as it's a 2-2-2 moment.
2-2-2.
Rub the brim of your hat, Jared, and
this is the Colton Tomaszewski. We got a 2-2-2 with 2 men on base.
as after starting out 0 for 2 with 2 strikes, it's now a full count yet again. 3 straight balls.
This has been a familiar position, and just a second ago, and hopefully it doesn't get hit again because that's a full count or a full base. Oh, it's going to be a dinger.
To first, end of the 6th.
And we're probably going into the 7th.
Yes, we
Yes,
are.
we are.
LC's defense is going to take the field here for
Unless a
what will
miracle
probably be
deed
1
will-
half inning.
Got some nice music playing in the background as they take the field and warm back up, which
Hopped up
it
the
might take a
plane
few
at
minutes.
LAX with my dream in my cardigan.
More great singing by Josh Burnett. Don't sing more than 30 seconds. We don't own the rights, Josh.
I am for the first time. Gotta
You're
have
on
fun with it, Jared.
Yeah, but you're on the clock. You got 30 seconds.
Nope.
Probably 15 at this point.
Quick, let's get some analysis for the 7th inning, why don't we? What does LC have to do?
Right now it looks like they just got to keep their defense going, and if I am right, yep, it's Zach Dobas out there pitching, and he just needs 3 more outs now. He could pitch a full straight 7, only giving up 1 hit, and we could be doing great right now with this, and for him, he could have a great night, and it definitely went from a slow first 2 innings to a little bit of a start in the 3rd of 2 hits, or 2 runs made there. Nothing happened in the 4th. It was a stalemate there with no runs scored, and then there in the 5th, we got 6 runs in the bottom for the Indians, putting an 8-0 lead going into after nothing in the 6th, going into the 7th right now, top of the 7th. Right now, either Michigan City needs a miracle play of getting 8 runs right now.
All it takes is 2 grand slams.
That is true. 2 grand slams would do it.
Have you seen a grand slam in high school? I haven't.
I haven't either. We're also in the top of the 6th for the White Sox-Indians game. 1-0 with a man on 3rd. And then in just a little bit, the Cubs-Maryland game will be on.
Yes. Line drive to the shortstop. First
Shortstop.
baseman Jake Martin makes the catch, and first out of the inning.
Ooh, I'm starting to not feel my hand now after this cold, and even in the pockets, they're just not able to keep it. So I don't know how these players are doing this, because I know from playing baseball with my friends on those random summer days, your hands get a little numb from the swing of the bat, and there definitely isn't this cold definitely isn't helping.
That's another line drive now to the second baseman, Jared Bayes, and Jake Martin makes the catch again at first, and second out of the game. Of the inning.
Of the game, wow, I didn't
There's been
realize.
a lot more outs this game than just 2. Seth Long coming up for what could be the final at bat of this game.
It could easily be a 1-2-3.
Dobas with a...
That's a ball.
Just kind of charging up, swing and a miss there by Seth Long.
It's a 1-1. You know, the most exciting part here will be seeing what happens if Michigan City could get a few more men on base, at least, it definitely wouldn't be a loss fully. Well, it is a loss, but it's not the worst loss.
And that's a line drive right past the second base and into the outfield. Man on first. Second hit of the game. No, he left. Foul tip right into the net. Scared a couple fans away there.
Well, the fans, I don't think, are as brave as these baseball players out here with our catcher getting hit in the face with a pitch. And then
Baseball's a violent sport, and that's a
he's wild pitch going for second, and it looked like he was going to go for third there, but chose not to.
2 outs, down by 8.
Kentucky Derby Part 2 is coming on right now.
As it looks like our JV team has wrapped up. I'm sure we will see an update on Twitter in the coming moments about that game. As it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Could this be the end?
You know, it very well could be.
And
No
ball
wild,
goes into the turf there.
wild pitch going for another stolen base, going for now third.
Man on third. 2-2-2 moment.
Oh man, Combs really getting his call back tonight.
Better late than never.
It is.
And Dobis charging up. Oh, ball, full count. As the Indians look ready to go from the dugout.
They are.
They want to get home and out of the cold. And swing and a miss.
Strike 3.
That's the ball game. LC wins by 8. Michigan City 0. After an incredible 2-hit performance by Zach Dobis, the Lake Central pitcher, the Indians were able to pull out on top on this here incredibly cold game. I'm Josh Burnett. Alongside me tonight was Jared Carroll, and for the first half of the game, Giovanni Alcantar. And on behalf of all of Lake Central, we are signing out. Have a nice night, LC.